All right, we should be live very shortly here, guys. So, for those just tuning in, or if you're watching this after it's been posted, I just kind of want to do some updates here. We're gonna kind of add to our product. So, basically, what this product is we've kind of gone over this before, but what this product is it basically takes a logo and it just like kind of stitches it onto a cloth, more or less, rough stitch, if you will, almost like embroidery, very, very similar to that. As you can see, we have kind of on the right here, we have our threads coming in. Just kind of want to show you this up close. We have our threads coming in. They're coming down onto the surface of our cloth, and there's just a lot of cool things you can do with this. So I want to go ahead and update anyone who is just now joining the live and is new to this. I'll kind of show you what this looks like. Let's go ahead and back this up real quick. So this is obviously the Blender logo, but I'm going to go ahead and press play here. So we have some interesting turbulence happening here, and then as we press play, you can see that our logo gets stitched onto the cloth. Whew, it looks really good. Now there's a couple of things I actually need to modify this. The actual height. Let's see, the height of our stitches, I need to modify that. There we go, that's a little bit better. I don't know how they got down like that. There we go, that's much better. So that's a couple things we can modify. Obviously, we can modify the colors, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like to actually go ahead and swap this logo out, and then we're going to add even more features. Hello, Kenny. Great to see you around. Awesome. So glad to have you guys here. So again, let's go back. Let's go to solid view, and then I'm going to show you the list of features that we're going to add. But I'm going to kind of go over like how to use this product first. This product is not launched yet. We're still working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my location preview. This is for the logo itself. And I'm going to swap the logo out. Now, obviously, that was the Blender logo, but I'm just going to show you another example. We'll go ahead and plop in this logo right here. This is a nice one. So this is our next logo. This is kind of like this tree logo, if you will. I can obviously adjust the size of it right here. Kind of going to go for a bigger logo here. And then look, you can adjust the position here. That looks good. Once you have it where you want it, you can adjust all these other settings here. There's a ton to choose from. You can do the simulation detail. I think I'll keep it at high quality. Now I'm going to go ahead and click bake, and what's going to happen is it's going to take this image, it's going to stitch it into the surface here, and we're going to be able to modify all of these different aspects. This is going to be really cool. I really hope you guys like this when it's all said and done. You see at the bottom right below my face here, it is actually baking through. You can see that purple line forming. What that's doing is it's allowing us to actually like get the physics part of this working. So Blender right now is figuring out how this fabric is going to move once we stitch our logo into the fabric. All right, here we go. It's almost done. We're going to play it back together. All right, I'm going to go to my modifier and turn off the preview. Now you see we press play, we have this really nice turbulence, and there is our logo stitched into our cloth. Awesome. Now a couple things, obviously these are a little bit high, so we're going to lower these. I'm going to go ahead and adjust our offset a little bit. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and also adjust some coloring, and then like the thickness of this outline is way too much, so I'm going to adjust that as well. That looks good. All right, now let's go ahead and adjust the colors. So everything's looking good so far. Let's go ahead and turn off our overlays in the viewport. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and change my fabric color to maybe like a dark green. Something like that looks good. Outline color, we'll do like a lighter green. And then the infill color, I'm thinking like a pale green, kind of like that. And now we have this really awesome, like kind of like embroidered logo, if you will, on our cloth. Again, when we come back, let's go ahead and watch this in rendered view. You can see the fabric. I don't know if you guys can see this. Like imagine like a nice close-up shot of this fabric getting stitched in, right? Each individual stitch is scaling up and then moving down. But there's actually one little detail I wanted to add to this, and you guys are going to really like this because we don't have to rebake. So let's go to geometry nodes real quick. Right where these are, there's actually an offset. These are all the nodes we went over in the past, like, let me move my face up here. These are all the nodes that we went over in the past. I think it was like 3 or 4 live streams that we've done. But what's cool is when these come down, they're being driven by a proximity value. So you can see they're kind of coming down, they're just scaling. But I actually want to rotate them as well. So let's go ahead. Right here we have our translate, scaling. I want to do... So right now they're randomly rotated, but I want to rotate them again from this value. Just want to see what this will look like. Oh, we can't drive that, can we? We need combine XYZ, and then I think, can we plug it in here? Yes, I think we can. Oh, did that not work? Hold on. Oh, it's because I think I know why. Okay, no, we're not gonna be able to do it because of the way that the instances are set up. But that's okay. We're gonna dissolve this node. Either way, it looks cool. I wanted to add some slight variation in the like instancing. You can see right here we have rotate instances, and we can like rotate them randomly right here, right? Which is really awesome. Let's see. I did a random value combine X, Y, Z. Yeah, and this looks really good. I mean, let's go ahead and zoom in here. It still looks fantastic, and you can see the kind of detail that we're getting. And what's really cool is, like I said, this is like all procedural, and you changed a lot, man. What do you mean you changed a lot, man? In a good way? Oh, in a good way? Okay, good. Now, there's another thing we can do to kind of elevate this even more. I don't know if you guys saw the setting, but there's actually a setting to add procedural fuzz. So I'm going to enable the fuzz, and then I'm going to change the color of it. Where's our fuzz color? Wait a second. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's at the bottom. I couldn't see it. And I got a little worried that it disappeared. Our fuzz color will do like a nice green. Now you can also adjust the scale of the fuzz too. You can see right here I'm adjusting the scale. For some reason it doesn't look like it's like properly updating, so let me try something. We'll do like a medium density. Not sure why, but it doesn't seem like it's like following what I'm trying to do here. I need to probably increase the roughness of the actual fuzz. Let me see something here. Fuzz. Okay, fuzz. Let's increase the roughness. Yeah, I feel like the color's like not really coming through too much. It is working. It's just not really, the color's not coming through the way that I want it to. Let me try thin wall. Doesn't seem to really do much. Usually thin wall, it'll let the light pass through like a little bit more. But either way, when you zoom out, you can tell it looks pretty good. I would say probably the scale needs to be like more like 1. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then I think I am going to increase the density to high. Yeah, it looks really good. Can you guys all see this? I'm hoping you can see this okay on the live stream. But so far, looking fantastic. I think it's time to add more features. Really soon here, I'm going to be looking for people to like beta test the product probably. Or I might release it for like a discounted rate. All right, here we go. Let's go back into geometry nodes. There's a couple of really big issues that I need to fix with our setup. One of them is the size of the cloth. I must have messed it up. So I'm going to go ahead and unbake the simulation. I'm going to delete the bake. Not unbake, but I'm going to delete the bake. I'm going to do low detail, okay? Because now if you look, we have like a very, very small grid, right? And then what I want to do is I need to fix the cloth size. Because right now, oh, it is working. Oh wait, maybe it was working the whole time. Hold on, let me enable this. Cloth size, small, medium, large. Okay, you know what? Never mind. It is working. I thought that feature was broken. All right, we're good to go. All right, let's set our detail to medium. Now you can start to see our like logo coming in more. Now here's one thing I will say, like the logo preview actually is changing with the simulation quality. I don't want that. Like I don't want it to be dependent on the quality of the simulation. In fact, if we go right here, our output, I'm double checking this. Our output, oh, in a good way, happy to see. Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. So our cloth output, we're looking at the UV map, I believe, which is going to get fed into, where is it? There it is. Where's our visualizer? Here we go. Separate geometry, perfect. So this right here, we need to change this because the geometry is getting fed from, I'm looking to see where it's getting fed from. Okay, it's getting fed from this cloth, but I actually want it to get fed from a different cloth with a higher density, because right now the density is going to be determined by whatever the quality is. I actually want the density to always be like, I'm just going to say, for this example, I'm going to just say maybe like at least 300, right? We want to have like at least 300 for this, but we'll still inherit the size here. So I'll just reroute the size to both of these. Whoopsies. Like that. Now we'll take this, right? Just make sure this is working properly. Yep, size, vertices, yep. Okay, good. We'll take this and we'll actually output this all the way down here to our preview, which is right here. Did that work? It actually messed it up. Why did it mess it up? Now we got to trace this back and figure out why this is all messed up. Hold on. Oh, because it's a different UV map. That's annoying. Because we're taking... Oh, it's so annoying. Hold on, I'm thinking this through for a second. Okay, I think I know what to do. So we're taking this essentially... I need this. Hold on. This is going to be a tough one. Let me see if I can grab this. Where is that point? You know what? I'll just re-drag it out. That's fine. You know what we'll do? I wonder if I can subdivide it before this. This is going to be a dangerous game. Let's see if it works. All right, now even if it's low detail, it'll still show up. Perfect. All right, easy fix. We just subdivided it. Easy fix. We're good to go. Now let's just make sure, does it still work with a small logo? Yes, it does. We're good to go. Awesome. Okay, so we fixed that issue. We are good to go. So now I'm going to check that one off. We're going to go to our notepad here, and we're gonna check that feature off. All right, here we go, guys. File, open. Why is it not showing? There it is. All right, so here's the list of features. Hey, she hasn't sent it yet. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Bugs, fix the cloth scale issue. Good. Fix outline preview quality. We also fixed that. Awesome. Automatic size of images. Okay, so right now, basically, this takes an image and it I know it's a lot of... I haven't used that many nodes in your entire career. Yeah, this is a lot of nodes. I will tell you, it is a lot. All right, so what we do need to figure out, though, guys, is we need to figure out how to make this work for a logo that's not square, because right now we've just been using square logos. I'm gonna plop in a logo in here that I know is not square. Actually, does it work with this one? Oh wait, it does work with non-square logos. Wait, how is that possible? Did we already fix that? I didn't do any modifications to the code. You know what? Here's the ultimate test. Here's what we're gonna do. You guys are gonna crack up. I'm gonna make a oh, here we go. We'll test it on Discord. Okay, so with Discord, I know it looks weird right now. That's just because it's the preview. I want to see something. I want to see if this actually works with. Let's see. Scale that. I want to scale this. There we go. I just want to see if this works. We'll make it an extra large logo. Remember, this is the preview. I do think it's stretched. So we do need to figure out how do we fix this, the ratio of the image, if it's not perfectly square. How do we fix it to, like, I guess, quote unquote, modify it so that it fits? Now, right now, if we did this, this would work. I just want to show you this. If we did high detail and we go to bake, I just want to show you guys this because this is really cool. We're going to bake this logo into the fabric, and then we're going to add a few more details, and then we're going to see what we come up with. I'm basically live streaming all this because I want you guys to see the process behind, like, what we're doing here. Because a lot of people complain that I don't post the process or I don't explain how I create something and that everything should be free in Blender, but that's absolutely not the case. So what I'm doing is I'm showing you guys the entire process. Here we go. That way, if you want to recreate it, you absolutely can. There it is. All right, so there's the logo. The only thing about the logo is that obviously it's distorted. So that would be one big challenge to fix. So let me just double check that. Apply image to infill. I feel like that's something I can eventually do. Alpha checked versus color transparency. Yup. Different cloth material options. We haven't gotten to that yet. We have a few more features to implement, and it's fun. It's fun, but sometimes, like, it can be draining, you know, like adding more and more and more features. Okay, here we go. Guys, I have to send one quick message. I apologize. Just want to make sure. Okay. Here it is. When the wife texts you, you absolutely have to respond. There it is. All right, good. Happy wife, happy life. Okay, so obviously right now we're gonna delete the bake. Delete bake, go back to the modifier, go back to the beginning, turn our preview back on. Now we got to figure out, okay, why is this getting distorted, and how can we, how can we combat that? Let me just look at what the image looks like. Yeah, so the image is stretching it to fit the UV of the like, what do you call it, of the grid. So that's right here. So we have our grid being generated, and it's stretching it to fit the UV. So it's taking the image right here. Was it this one? Yeah, it's the, oh no, this one is with, if the background needed to be removed, it would switch, right, to a different one. Perfect, that works. Okay, so now we know that we already have the alpha, and what we need to do is basically say this image should follow it should follow the UV, but maybe only, I wonder if we can only have it follow, ooh, this is a good question. Would it work if we only had it follow the X? Curious what this would do. Maybe the X and the Y. What if it only followed the Y? I'm trying to think, how would we get it to match? I'm probably thinking like way too hard about this. Are you wrapping it directly over the mesh or texture? I'm basically slapping it right on the mesh. In fact, I'm using the mesh to extract the logo, actually. Technically, I'm using the grid. So like right now, it extracts the logo just fine. It's just there's a slight distortion. Now what I could do is I could add like a vector scale node. So like, for example, if you wanted to scale this, you see if this even works. Yeah, you could scale it up and down, but I want to be able to scale it on the vector. I think I need to do vector math. Hold on, dissolve this. Vector math, we want to multiply the, if we multiply everything by 1, it'll stay, but if we want to stretch it on the y, x, y, okay, so we can do that. Now that's interesting. Now how would we get it? So that is actually the workaround right there, sort of. That's getting closer to the solution I'm trying to solve this. I'm just thinking through, like, we can extract, okay, here's what I do know. We can extract the image information. Wait a second. I have an idea, ladies and gentlemen. We can extract the image information. So if we do image info, right, we're going to take this. We know for a fact that our image info is going to be, which one is it going to be? It'll be, well, there's a conditional statement. But you know what? We'll test it with the bottom one right here. So now what we do is we get that image that they decided on, which is the Discord logo. Here it is right here. And then I think if we take the current width and height of that, we can read it and modify the XYZ. What if we just do this? I wonder if this would work. This probably would work, but it'll scale it so big that you can't actually see what's going on. So let me see something. Vector scale. Hold on, let me think about this. Width and the height are X and Y, or is it height and width? Vector scale, we're multiplying the whole thing. Hold on, I'm thinking this through. Wait, let me think. This is a vector, yup. You do the math beforehand. Not what I want to know, bro. All right, I want to multiply these by smaller values. And then I want to plug it in here. And then the value that I want to use, we'll just do like, I don't know, like 0.1, something simple, just to basically. So the reason I'm doing this is because I think we're getting a pixel value. Thinking about like why this wouldn't be working. Taking the image, we're taking the width and the height, we're multiplying the UV by that. I'm trying to think. Do you have some character? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at your guys' comments now. Are you wrapping it directly over the mesh? Yep, over the mesh. Do you have some character sculpting tutorials? I watched tons, but didn't quite know how to learn the actual skills. Actually, I have something better for you guys. There is a brand new thing that I'm actually a part of. I'm just live streaming on my channel today, but I'm actually a part of Core Fundamentals of Blender. Here you go. This is what I was going to reference. Now, this is the old Core, like the one we did last year, but if you look, where is it? Sculpting. Here we go. Digital sculpting with Kent. I work with CG Cookie directly, but this is a company that I work with, and I actually am doing the fundamentals of physics. But I'll just quickly shout this out on SuperHive because a lot of people are probably curious about it. Where is it? Core. Here it is. This is what you want to look into. And you can buy the courses a la carte. So like if you want to buy just the sculpting course, you can. Or if you want to buy my physics course, you can. This isn't like a product commercial, but since you asked, that I would rather you learn from this guy because he really, really knows what he's doing. Whereas I like kind of know what I'm doing with sculpting, but I'm not like an expert at sculpting. But it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's what I'll shout out if you're trying to do like character stuff. Like absolutely. There's also like rigging, fundamentals of rigging and compositing, things like that. What was I doing? I was trying to figure out how to make this. You know what? Maybe I don't want to multiply it. Maybe I want to do vector. Let me see what vector options I have. Add, generate, or no, what is it? Utilities, vector. Let's see. Vector map range. No, I want to do transform. Maybe I just want to do like a vector transform. Where is the node that I just added? Bro, what? Oh, here it is. How did it get in there? Bro, how did vector transform get in there? So it takes a vector and it transforms it. Bro, I did not know you could even do that. Crazy. Anyway, all right, so we have multiply, we have combine XYZ. I really thought this was going to work. You know what? I need to verify something real quick. I need to verify that this is even working at all. Like, are we getting the image info at all? Like with, I wonder if I can do to string, value to string, and then string to curve, I think. String to curves. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do curve instance. We'll take that curve all the way over here to join geometry. All right, look, we do get, okay, so we got the image width. Amazing. Okay, so now I know for a fact I can get the image width up here. I'll take this. I'm just going to put this as like testing. I'm going to just go ahead and join this in a new frame, and I'm going to call this frame testing image resize. Yeah, we'll do that. There we go. All right, so I know for a fact I can get that image, and I can get the string for it. I'm going to do combine string. Hold up, string, join strings. Yes, join strings. Okay, good. So you can join strings like this. We can take that string. We can take this string here. And then look, it joins them together. Oh. Hold on. Oh, you can add padding to this. Okay, that's good. Oh, it's literally joining them together. No, that's actually not what I want to do. I want to do strings to curves, and then I want to do join geometry. I want to do this again. And I want to join both of these together. Perfect. And then I want to do spacing. I'll just adjust the line spacing on this one. Oopsies. Oh my gosh, this is going to drive me crazy. And we'll just transform the geometry just for right now because this is going to drive me bazonkers. We'll do Y. Perfect. Okay, so we have the width and the height. I know that was the most ridiculous way to do that. We have the width and the height. The reason I wanted to look at this is because I wanted to see, like, okay, what can I do with this information? Now that I have the width and the height, can I now feed that into the logo size, which is going to be this right here, which actually is interesting because if you look, oh, I know why. The scale all the scales start at 1, right? 1, 1, 1. That makes sense, right? It's like that's like the default scale. But if we take this width and this height, which are we should divide by 1,000. See, divide. I want to divide this by 1,000, and I want to recombine XYZ into this. These would all start as 1, right? But what if we take the width, divide it by 1,000, and then we feed it in? Okay, hold on. We're getting somewhere here. Now, the only thing with this that I will say is I would rather get like a ratio than, oh, I think we can get a ratio. Wait, hold on a second. Let me think about this. So now theoretically, this will still work because we're dividing each value by 1,000. But if I do this, did it work? No, it's still like weirdly distorted. But like, it kind of works. Hold on, why doesn't it work though? It should work. Oh, I don't want to multiply. I don't want to add. No, I just want to project. Wait, why would... Oh, maybe they're reversed. Maybe we got to reverse these. One was the width and one was the height. Does that look more accurate for the size? I feel like it does. Now, obviously, it's smoothed over because... Okay, I think we did it. So I think we did it. So now, can you guys see my screen? I think you can. So now what I think we figured out is that now we can feed any image in, and it'll take the width and the height, and it'll match it. There's only one issue. We don't know the image size, so we don't know what to actually divide it by, right? We don't know what that value is going to be. So we either need like a filter that filters it, or we need to figure out the ratio, the aspect ratio, and we need to maintain that within like a certain range of like 1 to 3 or whatever it might be, right? A really low value, right? Now, again, you're probably like, what is the point of all this? Well, let me show you, because right now this image is huge, right? It's 2160 by 3840. So let's change it to a smaller. I know one of these is smaller. Like I bet you this one's smaller. Yep. So this one's 320 by 320. So this won't work because it's so small that when we divide it by 1,000, it gets all janky, right? So we don't want to divide it by 1,000. We want to figure out how can we get this number down to like 1 or whatever, or like a really close to 1, and then get a ratio. Like how can we get the ratio of like I'll just show you what I mean by ratio. Like this ratio right here, right, is 1 to 1 because it's a square. But if we have, you know, something like this that's like 16 by 9, just kind of talking this through with you guys, how can we get that ratio and then fix the logo to that specific ratio, right? So it's like a little bit of like trickery with the math, but you have to think in terms of like nodes, not just math, right? You can't just say, oh, Blender, just like match this aspect ratio. Like it doesn't really work like that. Think about something. Okay, I have an idea. If we, here's what I'll do. I know that I will take an image that's, I don't want to work with a square image because that's too easy. We want to work with one that's not square. So let's work with the Blender logo. Perfect. So the Blender logo, and look, it's already working, even though we divided by 1,000, because now it's going to maintain that aspect ratio. But now we have to figure out, okay, how can we get it close to, we need to get this close to 1. So here's the aspect ratio right here, 1280 divided by 391, right? So we're using the, let's see, the height and the width. I need one more string for my testing. I need to take the height. No, I need to take the width and divide it by the height. Hold on, let me think about this. Oh, that's another thing. Like, if you have a tall image, the aspect ratio is going to change. Now, hold on, let me think about this. We take the width, divide the width by the height. We convert that to a string. Now, this is just for testing. This is why this stuff gets so crazy. All right, 3. Okay, wow, it's 3. Is it really 3? I guess it is. All right, so we know that it's 3. I need to transform the geometry, so I get this. I'm going to put this like -3, -2. All right, our aspect ratio is right here. It's 3 to 1. I'll show you an example. We'll do a different image just to test it. That was the Blender logo. Let's test the Discord logo. Okay, then that's not correct. Because it can't be 1. Because it's not a square. Is it? Is that image a square? I don't think that image was a square. There's no way that image was a square. No, I know it's not. I can literally see that it's not a square. Let's try Reese's logo. All right, clearly something is wrong with our... All right, what? Is it even... working at all right now? Hold on. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that makes sense. 320 by 320 is 1, right? And then we got to say, okay, no, I actually want to do a different one. Excuse me. I want to do... I kind of want to go back to the Discord logo. That can't be 1, bro, because when you divide... How is it getting 1? How is it getting 1 there? That's not... Oh, no, that's still not right. That's still not right. Hold on a second. 3840 divided by 2160. It's not 2, is it? Bro, what? Wait. What? Bro, Blender, what are you talking about, bro? What are you actually talking about? I wish it would just give me the output of this. Why can't I just like see? It'd be really nice. Is there, maybe there is a way with, can you do a viewer? No, viewer. There we go. That's the expected number. Bro, why? Wait. Why can I not see? Okay, so that makes sense. It's 1.7. Okay, see, like this makes sense because this number is what I want to feed into something else. What is it rounding up? Oh, maybe it's rounding up. Oh, we did. Okay, that's my fault. That's on me. Okay, that's okay. We'll just do 2 decimal places. Okay, you know what though? We're learning, right? This is like the learning process. Like I don't really do this stuff normally in geometry notes. All right, this is good though. So now we know for a fact that it's 1.78. Let's just test it on another image. Just make sure everything looks good. Because that was, what image was that? That was the Discord logo. We're going to test it on the Blender logo. Okay, perfect. So now we have the aspect ratio, which is 3.27. So here's my idea. Here's my idea. We take that value, right? Let me just reroute this. Now we take this value, kind of bring it down here. This value right here is our aspect ratio. I think what we can do is we can just say, okay, our logo is 111. But I need one of these sides to get, one will stay as 1, the other one will multiply by whatever this value is, right? Because it's 3.27 to 1 is what I'm pretty sure the way this works. Well, God, this is it's like confusing, but I think this is going to work. We're about to find out. So I'm just curious what would happen if we did this. Oh, did it actually work? Because we got the aspect ratio, but will it work with a skinny image, a tall image? I don't know. But here, let's test it. Oh, I'm so excited that this is working. Oh, it totally works. Now, the Reese's logo isn't cut out in the middle, but it still does work. Oh, bro, this is the fix. This is the fix. Now, does it work on a square image? It does, because the aspect ratio is still 1. Okay, now let's test it on... Oh, I'm so excited that I can't believe this worked. Bro, you know what they said? They said that math would never matter. Guess what? It matters right now because I'm about to make money with this add-on, and it does matter because I figured it out. Discord Blender worked, Discord works, and now we have the proper aspect ratio for the image. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Can I get a good job, Kenny, in the chat? Because I'm proud of myself right now because I figured it out. And I want to, you guys are going to laugh so much. Hold on. I'm going to frame this reroute node, and I'm going to rename it and say aspect ratio fix. Let's go. It's hysterical. Can I resize this? I guess I can't. Wait, hold on. Here we go. Yo, all that to fix the aspect ratio. But obviously we can switch this off right here because we don't need all the numbers and stuff now. We can just switch all this geometry off. But I'm going to keep this for testing if we need to test it in the future. But guess what? It works. It works. Let's go. And now let's see if this breaks or not. Okay, this doesn't break because we can still move the logo around. Oh my gosh, bro. You guys have no idea how happy I am right now because now it works for any image size. Now here's the only thing I'm scared about. If we have a vertical image, will it work? And I do think this will break because of the way that I set this up. But I don't know. I kind of want to also hide all this stuff because we don't really need all this. This was all just for testing right here. So I'm going to just hide all this. Yep, hide, hide, hide. Good. All I'm doing right here is testing. I don't even need the viewer anymore. There we go. That was unnecessary. Hide, hide. Oh, actually, we're not even using this at all. Beautiful. Perfect. Hold on. Let's put this up. That doesn't even nearly need to be that much space. Perfect. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, did you guys know this? A little pro tip. Did you know you can scale nodes in and out? I didn't realize that until like a couple years ago, but it helps if you want to like consolidate and crunch everything together. All right, that looks great. This is really not even necessary at all. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so everything's looking fantastic. I can't even believe that worked. Like, I don't even want to jinx it, but I'm so happy that that worked. Now, the real question is, if we take a vertical logo, I did not spell that right at all. Whew, this is going to be a tough one. I just need to find I basically just need to find like a tall logo. It doesn't really even matter what it is. It just needs to have a cutout background. I'm so nervous right now. I am nervous and I'm not, but like, you know, there's people out there that probably have like a vertical logo that is taller than it is wide. So you need to make sure that it's going to work with that too. All right, this is so stupid, but like this is a line. Now, I don't want to do the line. I don't want to do the line because, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Oh, that would have been perfect. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Actually, no, it's still kind of like a square image. The irony of like the tall logo being in a square image is like crazy. All right, let's see. I guess what I could do is I could just. Oh wait, here's what we'll do. Photopea. How do you spell Photopea? You guys know what Photopea is? It's actually a great alternative to Photoshop. I'm just gonna start a new project. There we go, Insta Story. So I know this one is taller than it is wide, and I'm just gonna put on here a couple of squares, and I will just do that. I will center them. All right, I'm gonna do File, Export as PNG, but I want to do transparency. So we'll do File, Export as PNG. Boom, we'll save it. There it is. Now I'm really nervous. Let's test it. Let's go ahead and test it out. And it's gone. And I think the reason it's gone is because it's taller than it is wide. That's exactly why. Ah, that stinks. Darn, it broke it. Now, another thing we could do is we could take. So actually, you know what? I need to turn my testing back on. So the aspect ratio is lower than 1. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. We can do a conditional statement that says if the aspect ratio is lower than 1, do this other thing. Because like right now, this is if the aspect ratio is greater than 1, which it usually is with a horizontal image. But if it's lower than 1, then we can do the reverse math. See, like here's what's interesting. I think this would work if I flipped, if I made, yep, it does. So see what just happened? I flipped it. So now it's like quote unquote working. So what we need to do, oh, this is such a pain. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get the value from this and we need to check if it is greater than. So if I say greater than, or not greater than, if it's less than 1. No, we have to do if it's less than 1. Hold on, I need a switch. I need a switch. I need to check if it's less than 1. Turn the switch on and go the other route. God, this stuff's such a pain sometimes. You know, it's funny. Like I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but also like, is there? Like, is this why these things take so long to build? Because I think it is. And like this is like a build log at this point. Like, has anyone ever worked this much on a darn add-on? I swear, this is crazy. The crazy part is too, it's really not a lot of like math. It really isn't. it's just like a lot of logic, and that's where like things get a little bit mixed up and a little bit more difficult to actually figure out. But let me just see something here. Float. Think about something here. Does this produce a true result? No. It's just saying anything less than that. Let me think about something here. I kind of want to try something here. If it's less than 1, then the switch gets turned. Oh, no, hold on. Let me try this. So right now, the switch is not on. If it turns on, I get to see the number. So if this ratio is less than 1, it should turn the switch on. It does. That's great. So that means that I can have, this is now a switch that says, if it's less than 1, go this way, right? But if it's not, here's what I'll do. I'll do 2 switches because I think you do need 2 of them. If it is greater than 1, then you want to go the other way. So let me do this. We're going to do 2 frames in here. Is everyone following along so far? I do think this will work. So I'm going to say like, if less than 1, go this way. But if greater than 1, go the other way. I think this is going to work. I actually do. So if it's less than 1, no, I'm sorry. Right now, if it's greater than 1, we want to go into the Y. And just to make sure this is working, I will add one that I know is greater than 1, which is Blender. And, oh, I need, if it's true, I feed in that value. Yes. Okay. If it's true, I feed in that value. If it is true in this case, I still need the value, but I need it to be switched into, how do I explain this? I need it to be switched into the X. So I almost need, oh my God, this is crazy, bro. I almost need 2 of these, and I need 2 of these. No, do that. There we go. I need 2 of these, and I need to multiply. Oh my God, this is madness, bro. All right, this is the second one, but I need a switch that says if one was true or the other one, flip it. Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know how I'm even figuring this out because, to be honest, I don't like this kind of like logical stuff, but like I also do, like I love it. I hate it. Anybody else? I'm like, I could sit here all day and try to figure this out. And all we're trying to do is resize an image, squish it or squash it, right? I'm getting way ahead of myself. Anyway, if not, the other one, reroute, I would want the other one to get plugged into X. So this right here will be the other one right here. So that would be this one. Okay, I think, and if not, we'll test the other variation. So right now, this value, this is the UV, it gets fed in, that the image is driven by. So it gets fed in here, right? And it'll either go through one or the other one. So we need a switch. We need a vector switch. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, I didn't mean to switch that. Oh, I didn't know you could switch nodes like that. That's kind of cool. You can like swap a node with another node. I need a vector switch. Now, right now, in order to determine if it's true or false, I think we can just take one of these conditional statements. So if it's greater than 1, we go with the top value. So if this is true, wait a second. Yep, if this is true, then we go with this value. If not, we go with this value. I'm going to reroute this. It's going to be crazy. All right, it's working so far. It hasn't broken yet. I'm so scared right now. Now I'm going to give it that longer image, the top image. Okay, did it work? It did, but I think I need this to be here. Ah! No, I broke it again, bro. No. Hold on. No. Hold on. Let me see. Height and width. Oh. I think I need to switch. I think I need to divide. Instead of dividing the width by the height, I'll divide the height by the width, and then I will get, oh, wait. And then instead of greater than, maybe we can do the same. Hold on a second. Let me think about this. That value, plug it in here. Wait. And then switch this to here. Did it work? Nope, it did not. Let me see what happens if I switch it back to the Blender logo. Let's see how many times I can break this today. Oh my God, I broke the whole thing. I literally just broke the whole thing. Hold on a second. I got to go back to where it was working. Okay, was it working right here? Please, God. Oh my God, please. Okay, thank God. Okay, we got back to where we were before. My God. Can you help me? I want assign a armature to mesh, and after Control P, which is parent, automatic weights, I go to the report loop in parents. What should I do? So I don't do rigging at all. So I probably can't help you with that. I'm so sorry. I wish I could, but I can't. I really don't do rigging like that. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'll tell you what, like trying to figure this out. Look, this right here, this little mess is just me trying to resize a darn image, bro. Is it greater than, switch, false, true. If it's greater than or less than, if it's greater than 1, you feed that into this. And if it is greater than 1, and that's true, you take this one, yep, and you multiply that aspect ratio. Good. And that's coming from, which side is this coming from? The bottom. Good. Perfect. And then you want to take the top, which is coming from up there. Yep. And if it's less than 1, which means it's a taller image, that gets fed into this one. Let me see. It's weird because like it's kind of working. Like our image is right there, but it's getting squashed in a weird way. I wonder. I just want to see something. Okay. Let me just. So it's like kind of working. Oh wait, maybe instead of multiplying it, do we have to divide? No. Hold on. Wait a second. Let me think about this. Okay, wait, we take 1, multiply. Oh, hold on. Take this and then just like divide. Try something. Did that work? I feel like that did work. No, not divided by 1. Multiply it by 2? 3? Why does multiplying it by 3 work? What the heck? Now let's see if it works with the Blender logo. Blender's fine. We're good there. Where's another tall image? Do I have any other images that are like tall? This is square. Why is the square image not working? Hold up. Now I'm scared because now square images aren't working again. That's not good. Oh, I have to do greater. Hold on. Not less than. I have to do greater than or equal to. Okay, that's good. I got my logic down. We're good. Greater than or equal to, because it's looking at saying anything past that, sorry, we'll let that through. But if it's exactly the same number, we won't let it through. And I know this aspect ratio is 1:1, so we will let this one through now because it's greater than or it's equal to, right? We need to clarify this specific thing. Okay, good. We're good there. So we fixed what we broke. And now we want to see our... Now the real question is, why is this like working with, what value am I looking for to get this to be square again? Because when we multiply this by 3, it's like kind of like strangely working. So I'm almost wondering now, what if we take we'll reverse this, height divided by the width, and that's the aspect ratio that we multiply it by. No, okay, it's not. I'm trying to see something here though. Nope, that doesn't work either. That's okay. I'm fine with that not working. In fact, I don't want it to work. I really do want it to work, but I'm kind of curious, like, we divided it, and then it's less than 1. How about, no, we don't want to do less than or equal to. We just want less than 1. Once that's true, we let the output through. We take that value. Now, if we just take that value and plug it in here, it like kind of works, but what we really want is we want to figure out, okay, well now that we got that aspect ratio, like Why is it? What do you say? What is that number? Let me see something real quick. What is that number? 0.56. 0.56. What's 1 divided by 0.56? Try something here. There it is. We did it. We did it. We did it. We were just doing the wrong math. We need to take 1, divide it by that ratio. We're doing the reverse ratio math. I know I probably sound like a cuckoo nut right now, but like instead of taking the ratio, which was once one, like let me just show you what I mean. Like right now, this is the ratio to divide 1 by. So this is like the percentage of one side compared to another. But if we take our longer image, which is Blender, because this is greater than 1, and see, look, now everything's working. This is what we multiply one side by to get the longer side, right? Make sense? But in the reverse scenario, now it's working because we're doing the reverse math. Instead of multiplying, we're dividing. Before we were multiplying by this number. Sorry, you guys can't see that. We were multiplying by that number. Now we're dividing, right? There we go. So it should work with any image at all. This is probably the hardest thing that I did in the whole entire thing. So with this method, can you make a container so the logo should be contained in a 500 by 500 pixel size, for example? Yes, you theoretically could, and actually that's a method I thought about, but we don't need to do that anymore because we fixed it by using some logic gates, basically. These are just a bunch of logic gates, but it does work now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this. I really want to move some things around. I want this to be down here. I'm going to widen this so you guys can see. We're going to organize this just a little bit here because this is a big old mess. This is all for testing up here. So I'm just going to like, I might even just group all that. I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do this. We'll do this. That's all testing just to see what the values are. So I'm just going to join this in a new frame. I'm going to rename it and say testing values. Perfect. And then all this actually, we can delete that now. We can delete these. This is really important. We can't get rid of that. Really, we can't get rid of any of this. Okay. This is, we don't need that anymore. This will reset this part here. We need that to be there. Perfect. 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 I'm just making sure I'm doing all this correctly. Ugh, this thing's kind of ugly, but whatever. I understand the logic behind it, but it's super ugly. Perfect and perfect. Okay, so all of this right here is if it's less than 1, right? Good. 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 Wait, why is there less here? Less switch divide. Oh, because we needed the number. That's right. Okay, we're good. This, I hate that this is like, that's fine. All right, I feel pretty good about this. All right, I feel pretty decently good about this now. This is to test the values. This is like the original math. This is actually like probably the most important node. This is really where everything's feeding from. All right, this is no longer in testing. We're going to rename this. I'm going to say image size fix for horizontal versus vertical. It's not how you spell vertical, is it? Vertical. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. Any thoughts? Any comments? Any concerns? That was an absolute nightmare. That was an absolute nightmare, but we fixed it and it works. And now we can turn off our testing. Did you know that you can rename nodes? Pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're good. All right, everything's good so far. Let me go ahead and check that off the list. That was a huge task that we just got. Oh, Lord. Okay. Now, get ready because it's going to get crazier. Are you guys ready? I don't think you guys are ready. So right now, everything's looking good, right? Clearly, our images work. So let me just double check, make sure everything's still working. We're good. So we have a vertical image and then we have a horizontal image. They work fine. Square image, let's test. Looks good. You can obviously adjust the placement right here. Now, here's what's really, really awesome about this. All we have to do is bake now, and it just works, right? But there's a couple interesting things. You'll probably notice on the right here, it says background needs to be replaced or needs removal. If I check that, oh no, it messed up my aspect ratio thing. Maybe that'll be a V2. We could make this a V2 feature. Hold on, let me think. Why would it be breaking this? Oh, it would be breaking this because resizer. Hold on, I'm thinking about why it's breaking the whole thing again. This is fed in from there. This is should still be fed in from the exact same spot, but it's not being resized. No, it is. No, because we never fed it through. Gosh darn it. No, we did feed it through. No, it's being fed through. It's only getting the image, it's getting the vector from up here. That's the placement based on the empty position, except for we're not basing it on the empty position anymore. We're allowing the user to change it. And then, let me see. Oh my goodness. There we go. This has turned into a madhouse right here. Hold on. This obviously, like, there could be some consolidation. But look, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it takes. Like, this is what it takes to make an add-on that actually, like, works, that someone can use, that there's not going to be any issues, right? Well, except for there is an issue right now. And that's that we can't extract the background. We need the background gone from, like, certain images, right? I'm tempted to say, you guys are going to call me crazy, but check this out. What if we just made our own background remover? I'm going to try this. Hear me out. Hear me out. You add an image, right? You go ahead and add your image. Can we do empty image? I'll do mesh plane. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll add an image. Now, just for an example, like, let me just find one that the background needs to be extracted. There's actually quite a few on here. Okay, here we go, right? Perfect. All right, we got the Yeti logo, right? So here's the Yeti logo, okay? Now, what if we need to, like, extract this logo? We need to pull it out. I think we can actually make a tool in Blender that allows you to delete a background. So let's just, like, let's do it. Let me show you guys, like, how I would go about doing this. This may or may not work. We're going to try it, and I'm going to set up a camera. Now, very first thing, obviously, right, with Blender, let me just do this. With Blender, we're going to go to, we'll do Eevee. For our world, we'll just do white. We'll bring our camera up a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the background, okay? I'm going to set the background to transparent, okay? So we'll go to film, transparent background. So right now, we already have a transparent PNG, but we need to cut the background out. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to do it with some node magic, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. As far as I'm concerned, it's all about picking a color, right? Now, here's what I will say, though. With Eevee, I wonder if you can do it in Material Preview. Transparency doesn't work. So, excuse me, in Eevee, we'll go ahead and turn the roughness up, first of all. I'm going to just do a simple diffuse. Okay, I'm going to plug this in here. So now we have diffuse, right? We don't have an alpha for our image because our image, we're trying to get the alpha. So we're trying to delete the background. How do we delete the background? Well, we need a transparency aspect. So there's their transparency. We need to mix it together with our original. Now here's what's cool, right? We turn this up, no more, right? Nothing's there because we have our transparency. So like now how do we extract the logo? Well, the factor decides which parts of this are transparent and which parts are diffuse. So what I think we can do, I'll just show you like a normal method of how we would do this. We can do a color ramp, right? We can basically feed our color data into this, feed this into the factor, and now look, based on how I move this, I can extract the logo. However, sometimes you're going to have a logo that has like a green background or a red background or some other type of background. So like being able to extract that is the difficult part. Right now, here's what's cool though. If I go and I render this right now as an image, look, I have a transparent logo. So now I can go, I can save this, and I can say Yeti transparent, right? I can save it. I'll save the whole document as well. We'll go back. Let's see if this works. I'm curious to see if this is going to work. Let's go ahead and open up our file that we just created in Blender. There it is. And look at that. Look at that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We have just extracted our logo, and now we can stitch it onto our surface. But let's make the background remover much better. Much better. So with the background remover, I think what I really want to do is I want users to be able to take a color picker, pick the background, and they can extract the image directly out, right? So like, how do we actually do this, right? This is where things get interesting. I have some ideas. I think we can do a mixed color. So if we do a mixed color and we take the result, I'm gonna try this. I don't want to mix. I want to screen a color out. I want to screen out black. Is that no? How do I go do it this way? Let's see if I remember how to do this. Or maybe not screen. Hold on, wait. Exclusion, perhaps? Hold on. Color. What options do we have? Screen, light, and value. Ooh, I wonder if value would do it. No, not value. You know what? We're just going to test all of them. What does color do? Interesting. You know what's interesting, though, is like, how is it getting the... What makes this extract the white part out of this? Linear light, difference, exclusion, subtract. Ooh, subtract could be nice. What? How is that working? That's wild. We're subtracting the black part of it? Or can we do this? And can we subtract the white part of it? Oh, we want to keep the white part of it. Oh, let me see something. Kind of works. I want to try this. I kind of want to try this with a different image just to see what's happening here. I want to try this with this. Ignore the scaling issue. Interesting. So it's like kind of not working. So we don't want subtraction. Exclusion, difference, overlay, color dodge, screen. Bro, what? So black and white's easy. You can easily extract black and white. That's not a problem. Oh, data type. I want color. I was gonna say I don't want anything else. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. All right. Let me see something. I think you can also take this and you can. What? Let me go back. What was my original image that I had? Yeti? Yeah, where's that logo? Why do I even have that logo? I don't even work on projects with Yeti. Just try this. Bro. What in the world? Can we do this with just math? Let me try multiply. What does multiply do? Bro, what? But I want to remove... What if I wanted to remove... Why does this work? Why does this work? Wait, will divide allow me to get rid of the... Wait, so I can get rid of the white here with divide. Multiply... Let me unclamp it. Oh, that's cool, though. Because I'm like... I don't know why this is working, though. But like, why is this working, ladies and gentlemen? This is really cool though. But now I'm thinking like, I can, is there switches in, there's menu switches, bro? So wait, hold on a second. Input, where's, oh, I have to group this all together, hold on. Or I have to, yep, there we go. There's group input. So now I'm like really curious. If I went here, why can't I choose from the menu? Where is all my nodes and stuff? Oh, because I gotta go like this. That's why. There it is. Okay, so now like theoretically I could say, no, you know what? I want to multiply or I want to do something different. So like, I'm just really curious, like, is this even possible? Like, if I choose A, oh, I can only output, wait a second. Oh, no, here, we're good. This is A, I'd have to output it there, but I want to menu switch between something else. So like, I want to menu switch between, really I would put this here, and I would menu switch between this, dissolve this one. Is everybody following along so far? And then if not, I would do this one. Right? So like basically I think the way that this could work is you would take A or B. Let me just see something. What would multiply do? Multiply by 5, 5. So A, B. So A would remove white. Let's see if that works on anything. I have my image with my white background. Okay, it does kind of work. We'll worry about the, okay, but it inverts it. Okay, oh, this is so weird. How do you like filter out a color though? How do you filter out a color? I'm thinking. You would probably have to, well, you have to, oh, you know what we could do? Hold on. I'm gonna delete all that for a minute. Just give me 1 second here. I want to see something. I want to see if we can take this and separate the colors. Interesting. That does absolutely nothing. Let me just look something up real quick. Blender, shader, nodes, green screen, color picker. I just want to see what other people are saying, because sometimes people find a way to do things and it's like, wow, that actually like will work. Wait a second. Keen? Keen is a thing? What? Bro, is that a node? Oh, I'm about to say, wait a second. Oh, no, it's probably a custom node group someone made. I'm about to say, that is a great node to have. Color key. Color key is a thing? This might be compositing. But that's okay. We can probably do it in compositing. Let me see something here. Compositing. Oopsies. Oh my gosh, bro. 3D viewport. Boom. I want to always see this in the 3D viewport. I want to close this area. This should be our compositor. Oh, you can't. Oh, no way, bro. Let me see something now. I didn't realize this was even a thing. So then people can key out their own images and they can extract them? Like, what? No way, bro. There we go. Okay, so back in compositing. If I want to key out an image, part of the image, I want to see if it's always enabled in camera. And is it working? I don't feel like it is, but hold on. Keen. Let's just try this one. There we go. All right, here's just regular Keen. Oh, wow. So could I just be like, oh, I want to remove this. I want to remove this. But why is it removing everything? When I remove white, why is it removing more than just white? Let's see. Okay, tweak. Oh, I didn't even know this was a node. I'm not sure like why it's deleting like everything though. Yeah, I'm really not 100% sure. This is cool though that you can do this. I'm just like, now I'm like, okay, wait a second. I'm so stupid. I can literally, hold on a minute. Can I just plug, if I can do this, this is crazy. Can I just do, I need a better one. There we go. Oh, and you know what else I can, bro, you can do this all in the compositor. I can't believe I didn't think of this. I can literally take the size of this image. Hold on. Image info. Take the same image, you take the dimensions and you turn it into, bro, this is about to get wild real quick. Hold on. You turn the dimensions into the resolution. Resolution, or no, size of what? Size. No, hold on. Image viewer, yep. What is it called? Is it scale? Transform scale, image, relative. I want it to be the, I want the render size to be the output, but hold on. Scene size, maybe? Let me just try this real quick. Not scene size, render size? No, because that stretches it. Absolute, relative. Perfect. Okay, relative is what I want. The dimensions, we'll get rid of that. And now we can select any image we want. That's the Barry image. Let me select. Trying to find an image that really like makes sense here. Here's an image of a lava lamp. Why are we getting like weird stuff here though? That's weird. Well, it's a WebP. It's a WebP file, so that makes sense. See, I did not even realize you could do this, bro. This is like crazy that you can do this. Try the Yeti image. Yeti image. See, like, why is it that I am getting? Why am I getting, now the whole logo is gone, but this is a black and white image, right? So why is it that I'm getting something weird? Key, color key, chroma key, channel key. Let me try something. I have an idea. Let's try something here. Wait. Oh, no, I don't. What other types of keying are there? Chroma key? This is a color key. I don't want white. That works. If I don't want black. Oh, here we go. Well, that makes more sense. And then the user can decide how they want to delete it. Is there group input? How do you access the group input of Compositor, though? Like, where would my user, like, let's say we're like, okay, here's your color you pick. Okay, where can I access that? There's the group. Where is it, like, is it in the materials? You know what I'm saying? Like, where do I access? 1 second. Another Compositor. Where to access node, or not nodes, group inputs. End panel. Yeah, that's what I thought. Where is it? Weird. Okay, we'll come back to that. But that no. So like, here's what's interesting is like, can our user access this? Like, and how the heck do they access it? No. It would be compositing, which would be maybe in the scene. No. Bro, where would I access compositing settings from? Anyway, we'll come back to this, but this is really cool because you can get rid of the white. Let's see if it works better now on my face here. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, I'm a little happier with that. It's still like if you look, why can't I zoom in? Oh, because it's relative. It's annoying. Can I scale this up on my own? Haha, look at that. So we can give users access to the scale too. That's pretty cool. Why can't I remove like the rest of this image though? The heck? Trying to remove, oh, maybe because it's not white. It's like a different value. And now it's not working at all? Question mark? Okay, let me try this. I'm so confused as to like why nothing is working anymore. Did I? Oh, I turned it off. How did I turn it off, bro? What? Wait, why isn't it working at all right now? Let me go back. Will it work with the Yeti logo? This is confusing, bro. Like why some of this stuff works and some doesn't. There's the Super Hive logo. How do I see if I can? Bro. Am I tripping? Like why is this like not actually working? Is it because I have the group input right here? No, it shouldn't because the group, I'll just delete this. Anybody in the chat know why this wouldn't be working? I'm going to undo this part here though. Oh no, bro. Bro, in the compositor, Blender's saying no, bro, I can't do this. What? What? Yo, Blender, you're crazy for trying to cancel this on me, bro. But you know what's cool? Like, I do wonder, can I feed this image? If you're like, oh, I need to cut the background. Oh, it'd be really cool if you could do this in like geometry nodes. So like, why isn't this a thing in like geometry nodes / material node? Like, see, this would be so nice. Guys, I'm going to have to force quit. Man, I don't want to. I really don't want to force quit this. Bro, no, I wish I saved, yo. Why am I not getting my force quit thing? Here we go. All right. We're going to reset here. Oh, I lost all that. Oh, I didn't save it. That's all right. We'll go back. It's all good. Compositor, 3D viewport, snap to camera, new. We had an image, and then what we had was an image. What was the image? It was, I think we'll just go with this one. That's fine. Enable this in the camera, always perfect. And then we had key, but in this case we had a color. What's color spill? I'm gonna try it now. No color skill. How about just color key? Perfect. Color key. Remove the white. Perfect. And then I want to do size, or no, image, or scale, transform scale. So now user can say, I want to scale this by a certain value. So you can scale the image up and down. There's the value of how much white we want to remove, I'm assuming. Saturation of the white, hue, whatever. All right, let's test it. All right, it does actually work. So you can remove the background. Let's try it on the Yeti logo again, make sure it works. See, like, this is really simple. Now I'm like, how do you access this in the, like, how does someone access this as like a user? Here's NFL. Black, gone. Red, gone. Blue, gone. See, this is really interesting to me because, like, I gotta scale it back down. So, like, I want to remove the background of this logo, right? Boom. It's done. Oh, that's so awesome. I mean, here's the way I see it. This is easy, right? Easy to do in Blender. I recovered last session. Oh, I could, but that's okay. I'm already back here. So here's what I find interesting about this. Now, can we do like, okay, can I key another color? Like, can I now key this color? Oh, so I can like really get crazy here. So I can be like, oh, I'm gonna key every color. I'm gonna key this, and I'm gonna key red. So now I have everything cut out really nicely. So now I'm like, okay, do I give users access to 3 or 4 colors that they can key out? But what happens if like they don't choose one? Can I do is there switches in this? They got switch. Oh, bro. Oh my God. We're literally creating 2 add-ons here. Do they have remove? Do they have? Hold on, I need to check something real quick. Super Hive. See, like, here's what's crazy. Like, if this doesn't exist, there's another product there. Ah. Bro, they stole my name. That's my name for an app that I... When did they make this? Bro, they literally stole my name. They stole my name. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Now they didn't... Yo, okay, no, there's something completely different. Never mind. But like, they did kind of like low-key steal my name a little bit. I'll just make mine $1 then, I guess. I don't know. They only have one of these though. Dude, background remover in Blender is crazy though, right? Because then you can like, the only thing is like, how do you do like a threshold? Because if you look, if we zoom in here, how do you do like a threshold? Because right now it's not getting all that red. So can you create like a range of reds? Oh, you just increase it. All right. That's like the threshold, I guess. All right, now, yeah, this is crazy. The crazy part about this to me, wait, why can't I see this? I don't want, there we go. I don't really need to be like seeing that here. Is that the preview? How do I get rid of this darn preview, bro? I don't want the preview. I just want, or not rendered layers. I want output. What's output? Output. No. All right, real quick bathroom break. This is crazy, like that we can even do this. Like I am just like, wow. Oh, you could even potentially flip the image and rotate it. Can you do image rotation, bro? Or no, rotate. Can you do rotate? Oh, bro, you can rotate the logo. Yo, we got another add-on. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another add-on. Right now, it seems that if you eliminate the color, it switches to dark gray, not pure black. Here, let's try it. Let's render it. Render image. Oh, no, we're good. That's transparent. I mean, obviously, like, there's some pixelation there, right? But, like, yo, that's pretty cool. I want to try something now. Try a different image. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oof. Let me see something here. Image. There's another image. Get rid of that. And we don't need any other colors. But here's the other thing. Like, if we don't want the other colors, can I just, like, uncheck them with a switch? Color switch. What if I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, I actually don't want... A second, let me try something. If I don't want a second or third color, can I disable it? I don't want these two, but I do want this one. If it's true, I would like this color gone. Perfect. So I can like switch them on and off. And then if this one's true, I want some of the orange gone. Oh, that's cool. So now we can select filters. We can be like enable second filter, and we can filter out, 2 to 3 colors or however many colors we want. See, like, I'm literally giving you guys another add-on. You're welcome. But we're going to make this like better though. So like this, we'll bundle this in together with like the logo thing. But like this itself is its own thing. Like you don't need Photoshop anymore to remove a background. Like you can do it in here. Let me find a more complex one. I mean, I want to find one with like multiple colors. And it's here. Here's an interesting one. This one here already has. Why is it not showing up? I just selected the image. There it is right there. Why isn't it showing up? Could be the sizing. Oh no, bro! My gosh, perfect time for a bathroom break. I'll be right back. 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. No, bro. Tell me I saved. Tell me I saved. Okay, it's fine. All right. We need to answer a question real quick. Where do users access these settings? Let me, guys, don't hate me, but I am going to ask ChatGPT real quick. I'm eating a cheese stick. How? I am building a background remover in Blender using the compositor. Going well so far. Not that ChatGPT needs to know that. But how do I give users access to the group input parameters? Normally, with materials, you can access them in the outliner. But where do you access compositor settings? There we go. Oh, no, bro. Compositor doesn't have an exposed modifier UI group inputs. There's no dedicated properties panel where end users can tweak. Okay, all right, so here's the way I see it then. That's okay, that's okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you. Don't worry, guys. I got this. Come on, guys. You gotta trust me. You gotta trust me. Watch this. All right, so here's what I learned. See, we're learning together. All this, right, with group input or group output, group input, whatever. We're gonna have this all sitting inside a big bundle. So watch this. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go group input, right? And then for the image, we'll do image info. We want the image right here. Image, we're gonna be able to select the image. Wait a second, why is this not working? Group input. Group output. Let's see if this works. I'm a little nervous to see if this works. Sometimes, like group, is it just me or like is the group input stuff kind of like a pain to do sometimes? Perfect one to test it with. Okay, all right, here we go. Now we can give users parameters to access. Well, I want users to be able to change the angle, and I want them to be able to change the size of the image. This is just the relative size. Let's see if it actually works though, because save. I just saved it. You're welcome. All right, so the way I see it is like, here's the user, right? They just downloaded this file here, right? And all right, they just downloaded this file, whatever. And this is what they see. They see this, right? This is this kind of like split view. Can you please get out of here? How do I get this little section out of here? There we go. All right, they see this. This is the bottom. This is where their image is. And this is where they select their image. So like I'm gonna scroll down, I'll be like, you know what? I just got hired by a company and the company's name is Sprite and I need to remove parts of this logo. Let's see if we can do it. Let's really challenge ourselves here. Well, I don't really want it scaled. I want it scaled, but I don't want it rotated. That looks good. I just want the part that says Sprite, like the text, and then I want like these other areas removed. So let's do this. Let's give them options. Here's the option here. We want the option to switch on the first color swatch. If it's true, we want to filter it. Same here and same here. Same here and same here. Let's see what we got. All right, so we'll rename all this later. But as far as I'm concerned, if we're building this as like a background remover, the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this green. All right. Now we'll adjust this as we go, but let's turn on another switch. Let's remove the blue. And then I want another switch and I want to remove more of the green. So I'll remove this part. Now this is where you're going to start to like run into issues because you kind of have to like pick a range, you know, like we're going to have to like somehow add like a threshold to this so that we can actually remove things properly. But let's go ahead and let's reset for a second. Let's take our node and let's try a different logo. We're going to come back to this, I promise, but I'm just kind of sorting through like if I'm the user, what are the things that I'm going to run into? This should be an easy one. So let's uncheck everything. Let's reset. Let's remove this color. Switch this on. Let's remove this color. Switch this on. And let's remove this color. Now, obviously, we're left with some weird things here. But so far, the compositor is against me today. I know. So far, though, it's working. Let's do a simple one. Oh, CG Cookie. Well, that's a movie. I don't know if that'll work, but we can try it. Okay, here we go. Gumroad. Let's turn all these switches. I want to remove white. Wait a second. Why am I already getting... You know what's interesting? I wish you could put... I really wish this would be like automatic. Why can't we just like... Oh, crap. What did I do? Shoot. Display. I feel like I had it on sRGB. Alpha, straight, whatever. All right. Let's go back. Why is web images so weird? You know what? I'll just say like suggested. I think I can add a frame. Look, we got a little character here. For the first switch, I'm going to do this. Why am I not getting the... Oh, is there another toggle? We got the first one. True switch. What happened? Why am I getting like... Wait. Anybody else seeing this? Like, I'm getting a weird like result here with a JPEG. When I switch this off, I should get the whole thing. This shouldn't be... Bro, the compositor is against me today, bro. Why is this happening? Yo. Here's what I do know. Blender's tripping up right now because as I see it right now, this should not be happening. Like, excuse me, with all these things unchecked, it should just be just the image. It should just filter right through. But like, oh my gosh, bro. Why is this happening? I really don't have that much going on right now. I mean, I have, oh, is it because I'm streaming in like, I think I might be streaming. Okay. All right. Somehow we're back in business. I thought maybe it's because I'm streaming in 4K. I don't know if that's the case, but I kind of liked whoever's idea that was about the viewer. What was that? Where's the viewer, bro? Are we in Eevee? Yeah, we are in Eevee, right? And we're in the camera. Can it work in Material Preview? All right, we're in Material Preview. Maybe we'll just try that, see if that works. Okay, so here's the way I see it. I should uncheck this, and I should... It's still not working, though. I should be getting... Let me see something here. Where's that image? Is that image... They're supposed to be white. sRGB. There's supposed to be white right there. Let's reset it with another image. I don't know why it's not working. All right, that's good. I actually like that happened. It's supposed to look like that. It's doing... The nodes are doing their job right now. Now I'm like, do I switch back? I want to try that image again. That image should show up white. Bro, it's like kind of acting funky though. Oh, wait. Rotate, scale, sampling by linear, yup. Image info. No, we don't even need that at all. It could be that. I know Bro, what? Why were those not showing? What the heck? That should still be showing though, bro. Yep, true. Oh, if it's... I know why. It's false, so it's filtering out the white. I bet is why it's doing that. Because it's false. Because we... No, if it's false, it should just be nothing. Can we do an alpha color? Can I do a... Not a color... Oh my gosh, bro. I see why now. Because when it's false, it still needs to choose from a color. Can I just have it be transparent? Or alpha? Alpha, set alpha. That kind of worked. Oh, we need to set it to all of them. Ah, man. Or do we do not set alpha, but alpha over maybe? No. Straight alpha. Hold on. Let me just, I kind of want to try something. We need a way to set a fallback for these false ones. Hold on. It basically just needs to be like clear. Like how can you do just like, is it RGB? Oh my gosh. Compositor, Blender, transparent filter maybe? Alpha over. Can it just be like a color? Can it be a color with like, I guess color, mix color, no, color key, color ramp, combine color, invert color, color spell, no. Separate color. Oh, here, let me try something. No. Oh, this is a tough one. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Wait a second. I see something here. Bro, I will tell you right now, though, like... Oh. Hold on. If it's false, just switch it back to the original image, right? But then it's keying out the whole image. So, if it's false... Hold on, I'm thinking about like how do you turn on the filter? Hold on. How do you turn on the filter without I guess you could just have 3 colors, and if you don't want the other color, then how do you turn off the filter for that? Let me just think of something here. If it's false, then just do that. No, because then it's filtering out the whole thing. Let me think. Color. Can you just I wish you could just plug in like don't do anything if it's false. Hold on. Blender switch false nil. Like if it's false, don't do anything, right? Like don't pass anything through at all, bro. But it has to be a color. Like there has to be. Or can we do this? Or no, alpha's high. No. There's no alpha at all. Hold on. Is this working right now? Switch. No alpha. Oh, it's white. Okay, so let's see. We got true, switch, good, key color. And hold on. Why is it still like filtering out? So like it's filtering out white. That like kind of makes sense, but like is the switch, hold on, is the first switch on? If the first switch is on and we select this, that makes sense, but if we turn it off, it's still filtering out the white. Why is it doing that? Bro. Oh, let me think again. These are all the exact same. Okay, color, and color. Relative, good. Angle, good. Image gets fed in here. Nothing's fed in there. Nothing's fed in there. Nothing's fed in here. If it's false, we filter out pink. Why? See, like if I plug this in, it should just be white. Okay, cool. So it's clearly something that's happening here. Is it happening on this node? No. Is it happening on this node? No. It's clearly happening within this like color key issue, but I can't tell like why, because all these are turned off. They're all switched off. Alpha. Oh, I wonder if oh, I have an idea. What if we do this? All the falses come from here, and we'll plug the alpha. And if there's no alpha, it fixes the issue? Kind of? Bro. What? Hold on. Let me try it with another image. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my patience with Blender, bro. For some reason, is it the scale? Why is it the scale? Oh my gosh, bro. Wait. What is happening here? Is the world color white? Wait a second. Oh, is it? Oh, am I seeing the world color? Bro, what is happening? What is that from? Oh, hold on a second. Oh my gosh, bro. I think we've been seeing this the whole time. Have we been seeing this? I'm gonna lose it, bro. I'm gonna lose it. No, we haven't. What am I seeing? Is this the world color that's white? No, I changed it to pink. We're on transparent, correct? Oh, maybe I need to disable transparent. Let's try this in cycles. Nah, bro, it's still being weird. Dude, Blender is crazy. Blender does not want me to succeed right now. Blender literally could care less about me right now. But why? Where is this white coming from, bro? I'm gonna lose my mind. Where is it? Is it the rotate, bro? Hold on, what would happen if I just did this? Okay, it's the rotating and the scaling. All right, let's get rid of the scaling. Let's get rid of the darn rotating. Is it, am I in color? Am I in the camera view? Yes, I am. Okay, so that's part of it. Now I'm like, okay, let's try, now I wanna try that ninja logo again and see if that's fixed. Bro, it was the rotating and the scaling the whole time. I'm gonna lose it. I've already, there it is. There it goes. I lost it. Where is this thing? Okay, here we go. All right, so we got our character, but then why is the white gone? Bro. Or is the white like a different, like, well, at least that part of that weird like white background is gone. Rendered view. Okay, let's see something here. Did I fix it? I think I did. Oh my gosh. It really must have something to do with like. Let me just see something. I get rid of this. Dude. God. Yo, I am about to quit Blender right now. I like. Oh my gosh. It just froze on me again. Dude, this could be such a cool thing if Blender would let me do this. Most valid Blender crash out of all time. And now it's working. Bro. What? Wait, no, it's not working. No, it's not. Because, no, hold on. I need to see something. Why can't I see the world? World opacity. Or now, here, hold on. Let's go here. What is, oh, you know what? We never decided on a background color, did we? We need, hold on. We need to do this. Alpha over. We need this whole thing to alpha over white. Oh, you know what? Let's set it to pink so I can see what the heck is going on here. Why am I getting like gray? Bro, why? Bro, I feel like I'm doing everything right here. Like, what am I doing wrong? Okay. Let me delete this background. Okay, that works. But the background, I actually don't want it to have any alpha at all. So why, like, let me see something. Where's this gray coming from, bro? Where is this gray coming from? Someone tell me right now. Is it the transparency? Am I an Eevee? I am an Eevee. If I go to cycle, oh. Do I still have to enable transparency? Okay, all right. That's helpful. We're still in Eevee. We're still in Eevee. Let me see something here. Okay, there's our pink background, which is correct. That's what I asked for. For some reason, the alpha like isn't working though. Disjoint over straight alpha. Now, you know what? This is good. Okay, there's our logo. If I unswitch this, I should have the center. Okay, good. So far, I think everything's working. You know what? Maybe there's just, maybe that image of the ninja, maybe that's a corrupt file. Let's try it with another file, because that, I don't know why, but I'm so like hyper focused on that because I wanted to get that to work so bad, and now I'm like, bro, let's see something here. I'm looking for like an image that we can use that's going to be like something I can pull like color out of here. Here we go. LG. Bro, where's the black in the image? Where is the black in the image? Why can't I see the black in the image? Because I never filtered out like... Hold on. There it is. Why is it filtering out the white? Oh, because the false is white. How do I... This like brings... Oh my gosh, this brings me back to my other question of like, how can I like tell it if it's switched on, it gives me the color. It lets the color through. But if it's false, it falls back on this other color. I wish I could say like if it's false. Oh, I have an idea. This is a tricky idea. This might work. Hold on. This might work. What if I'm just like... Hold up. Where's the other one? Did that... Wait. Did I do it? I might have done it. I don't know how it's working, but it might be working. Let's test it. Let's test it with a black and white image. All right. Let's switch this on. Let's select this color. Gone. Or alternatively, I want the outline color gone. We might have it here, ladies and gentlemen. We might have it. Try this guy. Now, is the scale... Where's the scale? Scale. Let's see if the scale breaks it. Rotate. Will the rotate break it? No, we're good so far. Let me get rid of the background. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have something here. I don't want to jinx it. I really don't. But, like, I don't like how when I zoom in and out, it, like... I kind of like scene size because then I can be like, I know I don't like scene size. I want, because then I want to scale the scene size up from that. Oh, can I scale this relative to the scene size? Hold on. Can I be like this? No, I can't. Why? Bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro, this is madness. This is madness. I'm over this, bro. I am so over this. Oh my gosh. Yo, I can't, bro. I can't right now. I really can't. All right. We're back. We're back. Oh, yo, I'm gonna crash out on this program, bro. I'm gonna crash out on this program. I swear. It's annoying because, like, I don't know. Why can't I just, I don't understand why this can't just, like, stay fit to the camera. Can it? Camera. Oh, here we go. Camera info. Oh, can we sensor fit it? Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Nope. Hold on. Blender compositor fit to camera? Question mark? To fit. Oh wait, hold on a second. Transform. How do we fit it to the camera though? There's surely a way, right? I mean, there's. No, Blender does not want to blend right now, bro. Yes, here we go. Align image to camera frame in Blender's compositor. Did someone solve it? Someone did scale, render size. Hold on. Do this. Scale, render size. Oh, I guess, is that really all I had to do that whole time? I want it to fit though, because if we have an image that's not square, I want to make it work still. Let's test it. There we go. All right, that works. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna fight it. Now we need to figure out the threshold thing. If I want to, can I also just get rid of this? I can. Maybe I only want to get rid of that. Hey, here we go. All right, let's rename this. For this node group, we want. We got to rename our switches. That's fine. I think we could just rename the switches, right? Or no? Maybe we can. Oh, here we go. So I'm gonna say for the first one. Well, this is gonna be image rotation. This is gonna be scale. The first switch is going to be filter color. One. Copy that. Two. Copy that. And three. Color one, if I can spell. Oh my gosh, bro. Color one, spell good. Color two. Color three. And what's this last one? It was false. We don't need that anymore. It's not plugged into anything. All right, let's see what we got. Here's what we got. We can filter color. We can filter multiple colors. So we can filter one color to remove the background, right? You know what would be kind of cool is if we said filter black or filter white, and then the last one you can just filter 2 or 3 custom colors. Does that make sense? So like I could say like remove black or remove white. I think I'm gonna do it because I actually think that would be a killer feature. You guys following? Are we following here? All right, this you stay up there. These are gonna be in a frame. Okay, scale and rotate. These are our color keys with our switches. Okay. What is this one for? Oh, this one is like, need to join this in a new frame. This is fallback, switch, helper, basically. Someone said, hi, Ken. Hello, how are you? Fallback, switch, helper. All right, here's what I would like to do. I want to reroute. Which one do I want to reroute? Actually, I really don't want to reroute anything. I guess what we could do is I could do another color key and I could just make this black. Oh, wait, duh. I'll just make this one black and I'll make one that's white. And then they can decide if it's true or false. Easy. Switch for this one. And if it's false, we go back to this guy. And if it is false, we go back to this guy. If it's true, we'll do black here. We'll do white there. And then what I'll do is I'll have them decide if they want those or not. This first switch is delete black. The second switch is delete white. Now I'll go here and say, scroll down, remove black. And this one is remove white. And I will see here. Okay. So if I just want to remove white, I can. Or if I want to remove black, I can. Ah, very nice. Okay, that's perfect. And then we'll go up here to right under image rotation. Okay, I think we're good. There we go. Remove black, remove white. Beautiful, working nicely. And then if we want to filter out another color, we can. I almost need like an image of just like every color just to kind of like test. And then we need so the gradients are going to be like the arguably the most difficult part of this. Guys, we literally just created a new add-on. Let's test it with the Yeti logo. I don't want black. I delete it. I don't want white. I delete it. Oh my gosh, it works. Oh my gosh, it works so well. All right, I'm happy. I'm happy. So when we do the extremes of the values, then Blender wants to like cancel out on us, but we don't want that. So, all right, I'm pretty happy so far. Will this be uploaded later on YouTube? Yes, it will. Absolutely, absolutely will. Okay, so this is great. I'm happy with this. I don't need the camera info anymore because everything is just tied to the camera itself. Now let's do a quick test. If we raise the size, okay, perfect. See how it scales with the resolution? Okay, so you can pick any resolution that you want. Now I do wonder, can we take the render size and can we just scale the entire render? Scale everything relative to the render? Is that possible? Yes, but we don't want to stretch, we want to fit. And I want it to crop specifically. No, I don't want it to crop, I want it to fit. Why can't I fit the render? Can I access the render layers? Yes, I can, but I need access to the resolution. Can I access the resolution in Compositor? Compositor, Blender, access resolution. How does it alpha over mask? You can create a new mask, good, and you can mask it to the image. Now I don't want that. I want to just like, hold on. What are people doing here? Change resolution during the compositing step. This is the solution here. Okay, transform, crop. Okay, let's try it. Crop. Oopsies. All right, that's not what I want. I wish I could get the render. Guess you can't really change the resolution. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's gonna. Actually, you know what this actually fixes, which is ironic, is the thing that we fixed earlier in geometry nodes. It just makes it a square anyway. But compositor, blender, change output resolution. You almost want. Oh, let me see. Scale, translate, scale. No, you can't do it. Oh, if you could access. Let me see something. Type, render, yup, fit, sampling. Did that do anything? No, it didn't do anything. Okay, you know what? That's all right. Because really, we're taking this. Oh, hold on. What can this give us access to? Oh, the size of this image. And maybe that's the mask we can do, and then we can scale it to that? Well, that's a mask. Oh man, this is tough. The render layers is taking an image, but we do have an image size. Hold on. Image size X string to image. No, it doesn't do that. It doesn't work like that. Info maybe? Oh, here we go. Image info. Resolution. Separate maybe? Can we separate the image resolution into X and Y? And then can we scale this to X and Y? Am I crazy? No, that's resolution is, how do I transform scale? Hold up. Wait. You take the transform, you take the scale, and then can I just do... Oh, here we go. That's the render. No, I want to change the render size. I want to change it so that it's like it crops it exactly correct. Does that make sense or no? I feel like it's not. I'm probably not making sense here. Just see what options I have here. Dude, there's so much going on with this. It's crazy because you can actually take the image info though. And then we can take the resolution, which is right here. But the resolution is like, how do you like separate? You really need to like separate, like I need X and Y. I mean, does that actually give me value? Is this a vector? I guess it would give me an error if it wasn't, right? But then instead of scale, can I just do like transform? Can I do this? Or can I do this? Nope. Nope. You know what? Doesn't matter because we're getting it still works, right? I mean, we still can remove the black or the white. You know what? Let's focus on the other difficult details, which is how do we get rid of like a gradient, which is probably the most difficult part. So like, yeah, okay, perfect example. Like we're saying like remove white. It's really not doing that. Let's filter a color specifically. Now still we're getting like weird. Now this isn't a very high resolution image, as you can see, but like how do we remove how do we remove these other parts of the image? It almost needs to be like a range, like a, let me see something. What was the node I was using? Color key. Hold on. Render color key node. Okay, here we go. Color input, we already know that. The target color to be keyed out. This is typically the background color, makes sense. The tolerance for hue difference from the key color. A wider range will key out more colors with similar hues. The top, and then the saturation is, okay, that makes sense. Tolerance for brightness. Okay. So the way I see it is, all right, this is the, which one did I do here? This was the first filter. Okay, so here's the first filter. Now it's basically saying like, this is the saturation of those colors, and this is the value of, I don't know, which one? Oh, is it this one? Yeah, so this one right here would be the hue. That's the hue of that color, which removes more or less. So it's kind of like the threshold, but then the saturation is like, oh, this is tough because like you almost need access to every single one of these. Let me try this with a different image real quick. Let me try it with one with like a solid gradient in the background so we can like really try this. Because this is kind of tricky because you almost need to like, yeah, you need to be like really specific about which parts you're trying to extract. Let's see. Ooh, I'd be curious to see if this one works. This is an image I actually made in Blender. Let me filter this color right here. And then let's go back into the node group. Let me just do this. So that's the default. Look, you guys see this? Like that's like almost like the tolerance. This is like almost the fall off or something. This doesn't seem to change much. This does. This is like the tolerance of the color itself. Interesting. So they're like, there is like some, is there a blur attribute? Hold on. You know, it's interesting. You could probably even blur the edges. That's crazy. That we would get into some crazy stuff with that. So I'm not gonna get into that. But that's insane. My eyes are starting to get like, I'm staring at the screen for so long. I'm turning my like bright light off that I have over here. So here's what I think. We can control like tolerances per color, but I feel like we should only be able to access, oh man, this is tough. I don't want to like overcomplicate this. Like this is already kind of a lot. You can remove black or white. You can filter 3 different colors out, right? Like, let me see something. Again, we're just going to have to, like, this is part of the process of like just testing, right? And kind of seeing like, okay, like what does this look like, right? All right, I want to see if I remove white or black. Nothing happens. Good. Let's try to filter out this color. Okay, so like now we would need like a tolerance for this color, right? So we would need to go in here and say, I want more of that color gone. All right, but look how it moves. Look, see it how it's removing the red down there? We don't want that. This is the whole background. But if we want like that whole gradient, we can adjust this, right? Saturation doesn't seem to do much. Hue definitely does. So hue is kind of like, is there colors that are close to that, right? I don't think we should give users access to the saturation. Then again, the value really is where it's at. But then again, saturation. Oh, this is tough. Like, what do you give them access to? Because a lot of people aren't going to understand like what these values actually do. You know what I mean? Like they're just like threshold sliders. Like we kind of understand what they do when we like go under the hood and like see how this thing really works. Let's try. Oh, this will be a tough one to try. Now this isn't a logo, but like see like you don't have to use this for logos. You can use it for really whatever you want. Let's use the color picker here. Let's start with like a blue. So look, now like I could go in here and I could just say, you know what? Oh, now I want to get rid of this one. I want to get rid of this one. That was a tough. Let's see if I got that. Yeah, that's not going to work. Removing the black does work, but only with like pure black pixels, which are like, in this case, like in the car, like there's a pure black pixels in here. I don't know if I'm really seeing many white pixels. Let's try white. Oh, we already had it checked. Yeah, okay, so actually, wonder if we could extract that. Remove everything but that. That's the other thing. We can have a mask checkbox that does the inverse. Like it takes a logo out of something, right? Just saying. We could. I mean, we don't have it yet, but we theoretically we could. All right, anyway, going back to camera view. There we go. So back in camera view here, this is what we want, right? And you know what I was just thinking, actually? I wonder, can I just open up another compositor, but then just show the viewer node? Where's the view? How do I... Is there a viewer layer in here? Viewer. Where is like image editor? How do I just like view? Is there a way to just like view the compositor? No way, bro. This is better. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do it like this now. Let's see. So now instead of being like in rendered view, because we don't need to be in rendered view, let's just try it in here and see if it works. Oh, this is so much better. So now we should be able to remove the white. Bro, why didn't I do this before? Because now it's like Photoshop. Now we're basically in the compositor, and then we have the viewer node below, right? And now we can like modify it as you can see here. So we can remove that. We can remove the white. And then like under each one of these, I guess we could do like a threshold. Like I'm tempted to say the fact that we can rotate the image and look, it's adapting. It's adapting to the size of the image. Why can't we scale the image? Do we want to be able to scale the image? I say no. I say no. Let's get rid of that. We'll allow them to rotate it if they want. I guess you don't even really need that. Like let's get rid of the image scale. One less option, right? Remove black or remove white. Oh, I wonder if we can we make that a menu? Oh, wait a second. Menu switch. Hold up. We're getting crazy, cuckoo crazy here. Instead of just checkboxes, what if we just make it one singular menu? And we have option A, which is white, and option B, which is black. And then we'll just get rid of these switches. I think this will work. Yeah, let's see. Let's go to the node. Let's just say move white, and then we'll say remove black. And then for our menu, we'll plug it in right here. And it does not work. Oh, because the output, because I didn't plug it in correctly. Okay, there we go. All right, so removing black, good. Remove white, good. But wait a second, what if I don't want to remove anything? There should be a third option. We need a third option, which is going to be this guy here. Over there. Or no, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. It's always false. Yep, okay, we're good, we're good. Always going to be false, always feeds into there. So if I want to choose none, removing white, good, removing black. If I want to remove none, it should be... Why isn't it working? Output is true. Wait a second. Filter is on or off. If it's on, no, hold on. If it's off, you get a float switch. Oh, I need to do this. There we go. And this needs to be at false. There we go. I think I fixed it. Oopsies. All right, so here we go. Let's see. All right, so right now, if I want to remove the white, I can. There's no black, but it would work. And output means like, we have to change that. Output will be right here, and we wanted to say choose, or hold up, remove, I don't know, simple remove, like, I don't know. This is tough. Does that make sense? Simple remove, remove black or white. Oh, guys, oh, I'm sorry. Someone said, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I missed that comment. I am currently live streaming Blender, obviously, but we're making a an image editor that just basically cuts out the background of an image for another add-on. So we're actually we're making an add-on for another add-on. Also, I am gonna get rid of these right here. Remove black and remove white. Perfect. And now we have simple remove, which should be here. Perfect. Do we even really need that? Yeah, I guess we do. Because we can't have... Can you have access to the image? I thought you could. I guess not. Anyway, all right, let's remove the background. It works well. And now let's give everybody access to... this is kind of the scary part, because like I want people to have access to this so they can remove more or less of something. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. I was just thinking. I'm really thinking a lot about this. I mean, the thing is, if we're gonna give them access to all these, we just give them access to all of them. But I feel like you only should have access to one per thing. Oh, this is tough. What do you guys think? Man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I don't usually deal with like compositing and stuff, but this is pretty cool because like now I'm thinking, darn, you can remove a darn background. Like that's like pretty clutch. Now obviously there's like, you know, there's blur. Like here's a good one. Here's a good one right here. Well, that's an MP4. If you find one with a gradient, that's where you start to get like, okay, like how do I do this, right? Ooh, here's an interesting one. This one's a fingerprint. Can we just do simple remove white? Yes, but then we need to be able to do some tolerances with that. All right, for our you know what? I'll tell you what. For our, let's do this. For our simple removes, these are going to be these ones right here. I'm going to frame these. I'm going to call this simple remove. Okay. I'm going to give users access to this right here. And this is going to have a color to it, just a darker color. There we go. All right, so for simple remove, I want users to have access to both of these things right here. But I think maybe we'll do this. All right, let me see. Well, let me first see which one's which one are we on right now? Wait, why is... Oh, because I have 3 of them, right? So for this one, we're on, what are we on? White. We're on remove white, which is our second option. So it's this one. So the saturation isn't going to do anything. Value, though, kind of does. Hue kind of does as well. I am surprised. It's like this right here should be gone, right? Part of me wants to see like, well, what happened if we did the reverse? But like, see, these are the kind of things you got to like think about. Is like, okay, you got this slider. You don't want to destroy it. There shouldn't be any saturation in white, right? But yet somehow there is. So maybe we have the wrong color, right? But that looks good so far. And then, oh, this is an interesting one. I'm really thinking about this one here because I want to be able to extract this properly. This isn't like the greatest example though. But regardless, we do need to give people options, so I guess we have to decide. Let me see something. That's remove white, remove black. You can't really tell that it's working, but it is, because if you zoom in, you can kind of see the outline there, right? It's not a very high quality image. I feel like if it was, it would work okay. Here's an interesting one. Oh man, you know what? This one, it does say simple remove, but I could just say under here like select black or white, right? Keep it simple. But you know what? In this case, I don't have black or white. I have a weird color, which is going to be this color right here. So now here's where it gets interesting, right? Because we're using that first color. And this is where you got to decide, okay, wait a second. You know what? I don't want to remove everything with that hue. I only want the edges. I want these edges, right? Saturation. Now you start to get rid of the other stuff, right? Value. This is like the amount, I guess. Like maybe we keep each one of those at 0.5, right? I don't know. Hold on. I want to see what the defaults are. All right, they're set to 0.1. So let's just set them all to 0.1 for the at least for the values, right? Value. Cool. And then saturation. Maybe those will be the only two that we give them access to. Is it possible to recognize RGB values and make an image mask with a compare node? Yes, probably. I just really like the method that I have right now. In fact, that's not a terrible cutout. That's actually not that bad. But again, I knew I had a solid background for that render. So let me try something different that's a little bit more complex. I mean, ideally people are just like using this for logos, but let me see something. Let's scroll through. Oh, here you go. Here's a logo. I know this logo. That's the Super Hive logo. But you know what? I only want the B. So let's get rid of the background. Oh my gosh, we got rid of the background. Let's go. And then look, we can render it out. And we'll go ahead and click render. Now we have a transparent version of that background. Let's go. Except for it's really small. Why is it so small? I feel like I'm not seeing the full picture here. Is it being scaled? Are we scaling it? Okay. Hold on a second. Render image. There it is. But why is it so scaled down? Let me try that. Render size. That's better. Okay. Perfect. Now let's try another one. So remember, we can now remove the background. This is great. I mean, I'm pleased with this. All right, let's try to remove background from something simple. Let's try this one. Let's try. I mean, this isn't necessarily simple, right? But we're gonna try it anyway. Actually, hold on. For this one, well, you know, let's try this. All right, there's that. A little bit of black removed. Remove all the black, and then let's filter further. Let's remove that. Filter further. You guys can kind of see there's an application for it here, right? Like, now this isn't perfect by any means, but then like, I'm curious because like we probably add a crop feature, right? So we can come in here and be like, you know what? At the end, I want to be able to crop my image. That's not cropping. Oh my god, bro. Blender's gonna freeze on me, bro. If Blender freezes on me right now, I'm gonna lose it. Oh my gosh. No, bro. No. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this to me, bro. Oh my gosh. No, on God, you won't do it. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Yep, it's gonna do it. It's gonna cancel on me. It's gonna cancel. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's canceling. That was a close one.